All right. We should just go ahead and introduce ourselves. I think you've met most of us, but we can just go around since we have a guest before we actually call the meeting to order.
Okay, perfect.
Do you want to start?
Sure. So I am Lakeisha Bradley. I am the chair of the commission. First year. Yeah, officially. I've been on the commission for a year this month. I'm also an instructor at Indiana State University in our Department of Social Work.
And a PhD student
Yes.
that I had in my class.
You have. Fun
Very
class.
good one, yes.
Fun class.
Lucy Campbell, I teach at Indiana State in the English Literature and Linguistics Department, and I'm part of the commissioner this year.
And you want to?
I'm Carly Schmidt. I'm here in the capacity as the president of the League of Women Voters of Vigo County.
Very good.
I'm Dee Reed. I've been on this board for 3 years, I think. And I retired from St. Nicholas College and DEI and marketing.
I'm Sandy Lecture, and I've been on the Human Relations Commission a long time, before AP started, so can't remember, but it's been a while. And although I also have been in the social worker by education, I haven't used that in a long time. And I direct a strings education program at ISU.
And then on the phone, Jackie, do you want to go first?
I'm Jackie Lauer, and I'm a former educator in Vigo County and have been on this board, I don't know, maybe just 9 months or so, maybe a year, anyway. It's good to be part of it. I'm glad that the League of Women Voters is there tonight. That's good.
And then Katie, do you want to go?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name's Katie Luger. I'm also a social worker. I'm the director of the Noble Scholars Program at Rose Holman and the treasurer of the Pride Center of Terre Haute. And I've been on the commission a few years now.
And I'm AT. I'm the director of the commission. You can call it to order, but sorry.
All right. So it's 5:05 and we will officially call the meeting to order. And we will move to roll call.
All right. Lakeisha,
Present.
Lucy,
Present.
Uzziah, let me know he will not be here. Jackie,
Here,
and Katie,
Here.
Sandy,
Here.
Dee, and then Justin. Did not hear from him, but Dana I did hear from, and she is out of town and unable to join virtually or by phone. All right, we have a quorum.
Then we will move to the approval of the minutes for July.
I think you might be in the wrong tab. Because it's like August. It's all good. All good. I was like, your binder confused me. Yes.
Got it.
Which actually there is a date issue. I don't think it was July 19th. I think our meeting was on a different. I wrote down today's date.
In June.
That was June. We had one in July. It was July 15th though.
Oh,
But I wrote down whatever today was.
The 19th. Okay,
Yeah,
so
today's the 19th.
correction of the date.
But everything else should hopefully be correct.
Any other corrections or minutes? Are we ready to?
I move to accept no minutes as written.
We have a second.
Yeah, changing it now.
So Sandy has moved, Dee has seconded, and I move to a vote. All those in favor for approving the July meeting minutes with the correction of the date, say aye.
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 Any opposed?
Aye. Aye.
Thank you, Jackie. Okay. Any opposed? Okay. Motion has moved and passed. Minutes have been approved. And we will move to our guest speaker, Dr. Carly Schmidt from the League of Women Voters.
Well, first of all, I want to say how much we appreciate the opportunity to speak. And AT has been so great to want to partner with us on how we can make our democracy work and help our local residents. I do just want to give a brief background about the League of Women Voters. Our organization was founded in 1920, right after the passage of the 19th Amendment. It was actually 3 generations of women. It's the third sort of wave of women that set up our organization once we got the right to vote. And what we do is we encourage informed and active participation of our citizens in government through our through the work that we do here locally, but also we also work to influence public policy through education and advocacy. Locally, our League of Women Voters over the past year and a half has made contact with nearly 2,000 residents in our community. Most of our work is with voter registration. We have a number of community partners, both longstanding, but most recently, the Terre Haute Wabash Valley Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Inc. has been a really important lead partner for us in carrying out a lot of our voter registration work. We're at the farmers market, we go to senior living communities, residential housing communities, and the places and spaces in our community and events that we can go to reach people who need our voter services. Indiana, Vigo County is one of the lowest voter turnout counties, in one of the lowest in the state, and one of the lowest turnout states in the country. We see this consistently. And there's a number of factors that contribute to that, but we see it as our mission here is to really work to try to provide as much assistance to our community members across various demographics, particularly those who might get left out or find. In Indiana, our election laws actually are much more difficult than if we were just over the river in Illinois, where you can register to vote the same day. In Indiana, there's a 30-day window to be able to register to vote. You have to have the right documentation. It's just a series of hoops. And so we work to try to ease that for our community members. Outside of that too, we moderate and sponsor the only community center candidate forums locally that are available, that are open to anyone in the community to join and to actually submit questions. And so we have great partners with that, with the Vigo County Public Library. And so coming up this election year, one of the big things that we're partnering with the city of doing is National Voter Registration Day is on September 15th. We have historically celebrated that, and last year we partnered with the Deltas, and we were able to end the Vigo County Public Library, and we're doing that yet again, and we have we were able to register about 200 voters or help people change their address, which is also important, or just check their voter registration. Last National Voter Registration Day, but the mayor is going to declare it as Terre Haute Voter Registration Day on September 15th. And so AT is helping facilitate that, and so that we can get some good publicity, encouraging the public. Many people think that they're registered to vote, but people get thrown off voter rolls. People move and don't update their voter registration, and all of that is really important because when you move, who you get to vote for changes, right? And those are really important. And then our candidate forums here, I have some information. This is our flyer. I appreciate that. Our first one will be September 15th for the state legislative. We have the Vigo County Council and County Commissioners on September 22nd, and the Vigo County School Board on the 29th. I am pleased to say that we've had a really, candidates are really looking forward to participating across both parties, or all parties now at the school board. So we have that moving forward. And then we have our Vote 411 voter information site. And we could really use some help promoting that. That's where we send out a survey to candidates across in the local levels, but they do it for our state and national as well, our organization does. And candidates answer survey questions, even down to the township trustees about, so that, and then people can go and see how candidates responded and compare and contrast that to help inform their decision. So that is sort of what we have coming up this fall, with voter sort of mobilization, but also voter education. And so we would really like the city to consider if there are other ways that they might want to help partner with us to promote that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Does anyone have any questions for?
Well, the voter registration day, the times I go across all the libraries, what time block is that?
I believe it's 11:05.
Okay.
I think you got an email about maybe from Susan. Yeah, I can't, yeah. I believe it's 11:05, but we will get that broadcasted out.
Okay.
AT and I were talking about how the mayor will actually be out of town for that date, so there can be a grand announcement. We were hoping to do it at the main branch. Delta Sigma Theta is going to be sort of taking care of that station. And so we were hoping to do something else flashy, and any ideas that you all have about how to get out the message for people to check your book. Do you anyone have any ideas?
I don't have any ideas, but I have a question.
Yeah.
Where online can we find you? Can you repeat the website?
For the League of Women Voters, it's lwvvigo.org.
This is really helpful because this will be a very good way to put it in the media outlets.
Okay, I have to, so I'm also webmaster as well as president, let me just say that.
Yeah,
I
some of us
got a
are
whole
familiar
bunch
with
of
that
different-
kind of a program.
You guys are well versed in doing all of that, so I need to actually probably update that website, which means I need to. But we do have our Facebook page, which I also manage, and we have events posted on Facebook. We have these as events, because citizens can both live stream them or watch them as a recording if they don't want to actually attend. But maybe I should I update that website?
It does say 2024 candidate forms
Yeah,
on there.
that's my fault.
No worry.
I'm the only one who knows
Yeah,
how to
I
do
pulled it
website,
up.
and I don't know how to do a website.
Oh, okay.
All good.
Okay, I'm gonna update the website. Okay. I need to get a student to come and help me with that.
There you go. So you said the mayor's gonna be out of town.
Yeah, unfortunately, he has to go back to National Guard training for a couple weeks in September. So I'm, grateful for his service to our country, but he will unfortunately miss our voter registration day.
Because it never hurts, to use the platform of social media.
Yes.
To do like a video with him and the community partners, and then record it before he leaves, but then broadcast it on the actual day, so we can add to the splash of the day.
We had talked about a social media post, but I love the idea of a video. Yeah.
Doing a video and, putting a little montage together. I think it would be important to have him participate in the day virtually, and also highlighting, the reason that he isn't there, because that's also important as well. So that's a quick, easy way to, and then we can blast it across social media, and we can all share it to broaden that reach.
I represent the Hispanic community, and I really love giving this information to the Hispanic community. We don't have an organized website, or we used to around, but we don't anymore. And a good place to reach out to them are the restaurants, the Mexican restaurants. And I wonder how can we put this information out there for them, for the Hispanic women. And yes, the place to be, visiting with the restaurants with information, maybe
Mhm.
flyers or.
Mhm.
Could you do that? Could you help us with that? Like making a flyer or maybe.
So if you think this is a good
Yeah.
quality, then I absolutely can.
Yeah.
If this is, I mean, so I actually have it in color, but I could absolutely work on that.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
I'm hungry for voting.
Okay,
And
okay.
getting another
Mhm.
voice for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like is there, we could do like a flyer that says like, check your voter registration. Would that be something that you're thinking, not just the forums?
On September 16, we are celebrating Spanish Heritage Month
Mm-hmm,
at the United States.
mm-hmm,
And I normally invite community members,
mm-hmm,
so that would be a good, when the day has passed already. But we can do it before that, I can have my Spanish students classes for extra credit, visiting the restaurants and delivering the information. It's an idea.
That would be, so,
Yes,
and so the key concerns here then,
yes,
that you would see, the information that people would want
yes.
would be to check their voter registration or update, is that what I'm hearing?
Whatever you think is helpful.
Okay.
The easiest way for them to
Okay.
get to vote.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the bigger picture.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
And they met at the library, the main library. On what is,
Yes.
is that what you said?
Yes, it is. Okay,
Only at the main library?
no, it's at all three branches.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so we're gonna be at all three branches for National Voter Registration Day.
Mhm.
But we're also at tons of other places, so we'll be in all the senior living places, we go on days when we spray for bugs at other like facilities, where people have to leave their apartments and they're all there gathering,
my
and so we're
God,
running
that's so
around
smart.
checking, well, that's probably right, and so, I would like to talk to you, maybe not during the meeting, about some particular ways that we would want to target the population with some,
You can even do it in what?
you and I we can meet it on campus too.
Yes.
Like, cause I have since yes, I have a few things that I needed some
I
extra
would love
details.
to participate
Okay.
in that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll be reaching out to you then,
Yes,
well, we can
please.
maybe meet next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can do
And
that.
Go ahead. If the flyer can be generic and not, that if it's not specific, you may need one specific
Yeah, yeah.
for your community,
Yes.
but can you create a generic one and then I can share it with my church?
Yeah, so we have, we actually have, we came up with a QR code where people can scan, or just Indiana Voters has a website and to check your voter registration, deadlines and things like that. So I can get that out, general check voter message.
And I also have, QR codes for those websites. I got it from the, National League of Women Voters website. And so we created specific for our events. I just created QR codes for each of those websites to check your registration, check, to register to vote, and two other things. And so I could share that
Do
with,
you do the graphics for your organization?
I don't, Kelsey does.
I need to talk, Kelsey lives in the neighborhood too.
Kelsey
I
does.
need to have Kelsey's help.
Yeah.
Kelsey's young.
Yeah. Kelsey's Now, I created the visual for the QR code, which I can share
Kelsey's
with-
great.
with everyone.
Okay.
You can put it out and, you know,
Okay, we're gonna
we can
have to talk to
do things,
Kelsey.
yes. Yeah.
Talk to Kelsey. We think,
I've used time a little bit. Canva, I can do a little bit on Canva. But Kelsey is the tech pro.
No.
Yeah.
For the, if we're going to print out, where do we get, who we find?
We can take care of the printouts. Okay, we have printing costs
Yeah,
covered.
exactly, that's what
Yep.
I was asking.
You can also print free at the Vigo County Library.
Right.
Do they do color copies for free?
Yes.
Wow, wow, okay, I didn't know that.
We have a mailing list of all Black
Yes.
churches. Do you utilize that?
Yeah, if you would like that, I will send that to you. I think I have a mailing list of every church
That is,
in Terre. Is it as updated as it could be?
Maybe.
No, well, it's not updated. I don't know. Well, is it as updated as it could be? No, because it's like just what I've been able to find online. So like there might be other churches, but the yes, our Black church I would say is very updated, but the every church in Terre Haute list, I'll send you both. I think it's actually in the same Excel file and it's 2 different tabs.
Fabulous.
But I will send that to you.
Do you do programming with children about starting to learn about voting and?
I wish we could. So we really need an educator. We don't have anyone within that space. Yeah, no, I wish we did. And we're trying to expand to do more programming. But we haven't hit the children's mark, but that's where it needs to be, I agree, to make better citizens, right? Yeah.
Well, sometimes children can say, Mom, I learned this about voting. Are you gonna vote? Can I get-"
Well, at Family Learning Day at the library
we're gonna
and
be there.
at Earth Day at the Woods or one of the things, we do a voting, like, do you vote, what kind of ice cream, or we've done like,
That's good.
your alpacas, like, which is preferable animal, so we have done some of that at events, and encourage
Yeah.
kids to vote in that way.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like maybe a push to parents as well, like take your kid with you when you vote. Like I know lines can be long and like a kid in a line is not always ideal, but that's one of those things that like I've heard people say it's like, oh, and I mean, I as well, like my parents took me with them to vote and like I thought it was really neat to see the process as a kid. So that could be, yeah.
I did the same.
Students remember voting was like the earliest.
Yeah,
vote
and
memory.
yes, well, and I was reading a book and it was a kind of a memoir and the person was like, and my mom let me pull the lever back. I guess there used to be a lever, which there's no more lever, but that was a memory that people had as well, so.
That would be a cool video.
Yeah.
Mhm,
If we
Yeah.
wanted to do a video of that
Mhm.
for that age group, that would be,
mhm.
instead of taking them, because that might not be.
Yeah, or like what's your
daycare and all
first
that,
memory?
but a video of it,
I like
on their
Mhm.
level to understand the
Mhm.
process.
Mhm.
Yeah,
that.
I like that idea.
I really say that the student organization for the Hispanic Latino Alliance, I don't know if you are aware of that. And we have a lot of students involved. And part of the goals of this group is community service. And this is something that they could be involved in the Hispanic community. Yeah, they can even visit schools, high schools, or I don't know, just our way to making sure that this is both ours, you know. It's important.
Are you the advisor for that?
Yes,
Okay, we'll talk about
I
our league,
Mhm.
stays separate from Indiana State University with those things, but we would love to work with a faculty member or advisor to collaborate about things.
I know a lot of students in the past have attended the forums and faculty who have been supportive of the forums and just getting them involved in the community. However, they encourage them to come, but a lot of students, that has increased over time. So let's share with that group of students to come. It's pretty packed. I think it was every seat of the forums the last cycle was filled and like there were people. It's increasing. It's very engaging, and so you get to see a lot of the process before hand, and a lot of community engagement, just even in the room, so.
Well, hopefully we haven't overwhelmed you with ideas, but
No,
we're
no,
gonna.
not at all, not at all. I really appreciate this. We'll circle
Yeah,
back.
yeah, we
We'll
can,
circle back. Anyone can email me.
I appreciate you coming
Has my
tonight.
email
Yes,
account. So
yes,
thank you all so very much.
yes.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll see each other soon.
Yes.
Yes.
It just occurred to me that I don't know that I know your country, your origin, your country, Colombia, or Colombia. Where we have it, we last week.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Thank you so much, Carly.
No, closer with these. I know people that are very close.
My goodness.
I lived in Lima.
All right, so now we're moving on to the director's report.
Okay. I was gone a whole week, so the events attended is a little bit shorter. But the big portion of this last month has really been dedicated to the Neighborhood Investment Fund. So you'll see multiple meetings related to that. We had an orientation meeting for the Community Review Committee. Then we actually had a meeting where then they discussed their reviews, and then the Senior Review Committee, and then eventually, we announced it to the public, and I'll share more in that report. But yeah, August 3rd through 7th, which was 2 weeks ago, I was in Bloomington for a week for my master's program. So, mark your calendars, May 2027, I'm going to graduate. I'm going to be done. So I'm one step closer. Couple department head meetings in there. Went to the Homeless Coalition last week. I got a new laptop. IT set me up. It's a little bit smaller, which I actually prefer, but it was getting a little slow, and so this one's updated. So quite thankful to them. If you didn't see, the Indiana Black Legislative Caucus was supposed to come on Saturday, but unfortunately, lots of terrible weather all over Indiana, and a lot of our legislators within the caucus live in some of the hardest hit areas, whether that be Northwest Indiana or in the Indianapolis area. So our thoughts are obviously with them, as I think Northwest Indiana is going on 8 or 9 days without power. Indianapolis, of course, just major infrastructure losses, and community, really suffering. So I've reached out to them about rescheduling. I haven't heard back, but I'm not going to push hard. Obviously, the director, she lives in Indianapolis, and so I'll send out a reminder in a week or so. But yeah. I did assist one individual with filing an employment complaint this week. We met yesterday, and we filed that through the Indiana Civil Rights Commission. I will say this individual had asked about filing through EEOC, and one roadblock I came across before she actually came in was that EEOC requires a login.gov account now, and which, if you've ever done TSA pre-check or anything where you need a login.gov, it's quite an extensive process. So helping people file through EEOC is going to be really hard now unless they already have that account. I don't feel like it's within our capacity to help people with that. You have to do multi-factor authentication, and so Indiana Civil Rights Commission is still pretty very accessible way to help people file, but I did just want to bring that to everyone's attention. Kind of a bit of a barrier there, but also just for context, the Indiana Civil Rights Commission shares the cases that are filed within Indiana with EEOC. They have a contract agreement, so even if we would have filed with EEOC, there was a really good chance it would end up at the Indiana Civil Rights Commission to be investigated. But anyway, I digress. I will share a little bit about just a reminder on the Black History Month banner project. The group that is doing the report for us is, we have a meeting with them in a week or so, 2 weeks. I'll share more about the Neighborhood Investment Fund. Wanted to share that the Warming Center, we're already planning. The city, we have included it in our budget for next year. And so we'll be able to commit at least our the same that we did last year, which was $30,000 from the casino revenue. And we're meeting with Mental Health America, which was our partner last year, to get that MOU signed. They've already verbally agreed to continue being the city sponsored warming center, but we've got to do some more thinking as the one church-based organization will not be operating this year. And so that means that we'll have probably 20 less beds available within the city. So that's something we're thinking about now. But hopefully we'll have this agreement in place long before. We didn't have it in place until December last year, so we're hopefully way ahead of schedule. And that will be good. Bus shelter construction, we're hoping to receive those in October. I'm just reminding you all, it's been in there every month. But some upcoming dates, if this is the things to put in your calendar. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday at 10 a.m. at University Hall, we will hear from the students from Dr. Mary's class who have been working on the Black History Month banner review project. Now, it's in there. Did anyone ever? Okay.
No.
Yeah. Mary did say, we chatted the other day, and she said that their grade is being withheld until they do what they are. So they got 2 weeks to start making these calls, which we will proceed. This is, we're not paying for this, so this is one of those things you risk. But anyway, we'll see what they present. I don't know. I'm a little concerned, but again, here we are. Family Learning Day at Vigo County Public Library was a great event last year. Jackie came, Lakeisha came, yes, and we made the community quilt, which if you have ever seen outside my office, it is, and then Sandy was there too, and Sandy did a lot of the legwork. Yes, how could which I still haven't really thought of an idea for that, but we'll do some sort of activity again, engaging with young people. It's just a good way to be out there in the community and be visible. But I'm thinking we'll do something else that is like an art kind of inspired project that we can then hang out in the hallway just like we did last year. The Interfaith Council of the Wabash Valley has reached out to me. They are going to host they did it a few years ago, this prayer vigil that one was like I don't know if it was for voting or if it was for a peaceful transfer of power after the election, whatever. I don't remember, but they are going to pray again for peaceful voting on September 27th. I think they wanted to have it closer to the election, but somebody's schedule didn't align. So we're praying early, or not, whatever. So Sunday, September 27th, I believe at 4 p.m. And out here in the courtyard. And so I don't have a flyer yet for that. Jackie Bradfield is supposed to get that to me. And then Saturday, October 3rd is Pride Fest. So put that on your calendar. It's I think the times are a little different from last year. So it's noon to 6, right, Katie?
Yes, that's correct.
And we have this on the agenda tonight to talk about the sponsorship, but I'm certain that no matter what, we'll be there. So go ahead and add that to your calendar. I will be out of office on Friday and a couple days next week. I am attending some trainings that are not related to this job. So I will can share more later, but it is personal time off. And then that Leadership Academy series that you all agreed to help or that the commission would pay for, those are all of the dates that is. And then I'm going to the Municipal Accelerating Indiana Municipalities annual conference that's in September. I did that last year as well. So those are some future dates. We've got a little overview of the budget as well as the 2 departmental statement of activities. Big thing to note is, in that 2026 actual to date, we have about $10,000 remain, really to do what we want with. We're in the last 6 months of the year. We could, can give some to Pride Fest. We can give some to, we could make, if the NAACP is going to do the Freedom Fund dinner again, we, of course, could do both of those things. But we don't have, we haven't said like, oh, we're for sure doing this or that. So we do really have quite a bit of funding still this year to play with. And I wanted to make sure, since something on the agenda tonight, the sponsored Pride Fest sponsorship will involve our funds. But
Can that be things that we buy for ahead that we won't use this year, but that they come as, books or something?
Yeah.
MLK or,
yeah,
something
absolutely.
ahead of time?
For sure. Things for the MLK Day of
Right.
Service.
Yeah, that's what I was
Or if we wanted to purchase which I always try to purchase the banners out of the previous year just to go ahead and I've done it we've only done banners 2 years, but the last 2 years I've paid for it out of the previous year's budget. We haven't paid for any banners this year, so we'll have the funds to do that. Which last year we bought 9 and it was $684.
It's use it or
So
lose it,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And that's just $10,000 of civic promotions, but like our office supplies, I'm buying printer ink with the remaining funds in that. Instruction that paid for another conference, and we don't really have any other things out of there. But yeah, the rest of it is just like pretty much as it goes, and yeah, what it said. But that's like our programming budget, if you will. So, if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Yes,
Yeah.
for these events that we just mentioned,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
do you have more information on how can we participate
Yeah.
in that?
Yeah.
For
So
example, on the day where the students are presenting. On
yes.
the
So
29th,
yeah. Just
is there any questions that we should be prepared to ask them or to?
well for that
make
one, yeah.
the presentation more meaningful.
Yeah, I think for that one, I really don't know what they are going to present to us at this point and it's actually in here. So, the number one thing that I had asked them to do was this stakeholder engagement piece, and it sounds like they haven't done it. So I'm really not sure what to ask other than like, why did that not happen? And it's like, I'm not their teacher or their professor, so it's like, I'm not here to I just was like, that was the number one thing that we asked for, but maybe they put a bigger priority on, you know, evaluating how other communities did a committee like this. I don't know what to expect is
Okay.
part of it.
I would like
So-
to attend that.
Yes.
So I would like
So-
to be like,
And I will send it, I think I've sent out a calendar invite to everyone, but I don't have a room yet. So
Okay, yes.
once I have that, I will send that to everyone. But everyone is welcome to come and hear what they have to share with us, but I don't have any expectations for questions or anything that you bring other than just like what comes to mind after they present. For Family Learning Day,
yes.
I will send out more information about this. Last year we did 2 shifts, and so I will send out a request if you would like to take one of those shifts. I think it's only noon or 10 to 1, so it's not very long. I'll be there the whole time, but last year we had a table and most of it was dedicated to the activity that the kids were doing. We had a few, you know, giveaways and some information from the city and from the Human Relations Commission, but mostly it was about kind of engaging with young people. And they made a quilt square that was their depiction of like, what is unity? Now, some of them just kind of drew whatever they wanted, but and that's okay. Like, it's about being creative and providing this kind of outlet for families. We do actually, I know I don't want to step on the library's toes. We do still have a ton of books from our previous, and I'm like, we could give away books, but they always give away books. Anyway.
I don't think there's a statute of, or not statute of limitations, giving children books.
Yeah.
It's the same, unfortunately this year, it's the same weekend as the Strings Festival.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Well,
So, that's my Strings Festival. It's the Women Strings Festival.
yeah, every year Sandy helps coordinate is it middle school mostly or high school?
Middle and high school, well, now, and
Oh.
now we have Bloomington kids,
Yeah.
so we have.
But
they
would
have
you say it's
different-
kind of like a clinic where
It's- yeah,
strings
it's a-
players could come and
We have
learn?
4 ensembles, and it's 2
Yeah.
days, and it's from those kids who are just picking up an instrument for the first time, through those who've been playing their lives to choose. And they work on ensembles, and they're learning to compose music, and then we have,
Yeah.
which you're all welcome to come to, we have a final concert.
Yeah.
In Tilson Auditorium on Sunday. And last year and this year, we're now collaborating with the ISU Contemporary Music Festival. And so our dance kids come back a week later and play, which is really great for their, you know, as they're thinking about music, to be able to say that they were in a nationally recognized music festival. So you should stop by
Yeah.
that weekend and just pop in. It's a
Yeah.
really,
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure because I
Yes.
didn't know if Lucy knew about it.
because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
you know, I would like to.
Yes.
know
And
this,
then
And then the
the-
prices, how.
yes, again, that one's a little while away, and plus it's also on the agenda. But for the vigil, I just wanted to make you all aware that they had reached out to me. The mayor unfortunately cannot attend. That's his daughter's birthday, so I think that they are otherwise occupied. So I think I'll be either reading the proclamation on behalf of the mayor, but I just wanted to make sure you are all aware of that since they had invited me to be a part of it. I want to, of course, extend the invitation to the entire commission, but it's low participation level and totally optional as it is in, a faith-oriented activity. Pride Fest, we'll get into more of what that is, but it is just such a joyful day. We always have a table and we have giveaways from the city, and that's mainly what we have shifts where we have different commissioners, but we always also try to make sure that during your shift, you get a chance to step away from the booth and get to participate in. Uzziah is usually a performer, so making sure we go over and support Uzziah, and there's lots of food trucks and all sorts of good stuff. Yeah, it is organized by our beloved Katie Luger, so you know it's good. Yeah. But any other questions? Thank you. No, I'm glad that you asked that. I will send, like I said, I'll send out a request for shifts for the family learning day. It is after our next meeting, so I'm trying to put it on everyone's calendar as well. But we do need to accept that into the minutes.
Ready to accept the director's report? Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of accepting the director's report?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion to accept the director's report has been moved in second and approved. And then now we move on to the committee reports.
I wanted to put in here, I brought it up earlier, but that I really don't know what to expect from this presentation. These are the things that we asked for though, and I wanted to share that again. We asked mainly, my number one thing, stakeholder engagement, getting feedback through interviews. I sent them a long list of people to talk to, and I've asked a few different people who were on that list if they had been reached out to, and as of now, no. So a little worried on that front, but I wanted to bring this back to your attention so you could kind of get an idea of what we asked for, and then when you see the presentation, see how that kind of matches up with what we asked for. Other big things were we wanted to just really have a clear structure for how this committee should operate, who should be on it. Are we doing this the right way with, 5 people, 3 from the commission, 2 from the community? We just wanted either to be validated that we're doing it the right way, or feedback that you're forgetting something or you could do better by doing this. We wanted to make sure that the nomination process is still working to the best that it could be. And then if there's any recommendations for the future, should we have 10 banners installed every year? Should there only be 5? We were just kind of looking for some guidance. And most of that I really was hoping would be driven by the conversations that they had with community members. But as I mentioned in the director's report, the final presentation is Saturday, August 29th at 10 a.m. at University Hall. Dr. Mary hasn't sent me the room number yet. When I get that, I will send it to you all. And she'd also said that she might send me the executive summary in advance. So I will make sure that that's attached to the calendar invite as well. So you can review that in advance and kind of see that in comparison to what we expected. And just to give you a preview. Anyway.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, it's a learning process. The Neighborhood Investment Fund is at a big, we funded 7 projects. So feel really glad that I was going to say we're done, but we're not done. Well, there's 6 district, but there's 2 from District 1.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So there are 7 there.
Right.
We only have 6 districts, and we still had money left over, so I will explain all of this. So we received 19 applications from all over Terre Haute, requesting over $215,000, which is almost 3 times what we had. So, strong response. Disappointing that we don't have enough money to fund everything. Lovely, lovely projects. Wide range of improvements. Public art, neighborhood signs and banners, landscaping projects, pavilions, gathering spaces. There's a couple different requests for playground equipment, several requests for crosswalk improvements or additions of crosswalks. There were a few, kind of like accessibility things as well. So these are the 7 projects that have been funded for a total of $74,261. We did not use the full 75, mostly because we funded things at the exact amount that they were, and there wasn't any projects that were for, what would that be, $739. So there is that little buffer. Of course, if something goes wrong, if we start digging underground on one of these and, have an emergency, we can hopefully fund it with $739.
Brittlebank. What is Brittlebank?
It's a neighborhood. There's a park in Brittlebank called Brittlebank Park, but that is the name of the neighborhood.
Where is it?
It's on the southeast side of Terre Haute, like Holman and 19th is like kind of the center. Is that where the park is?
21st, 22nd.
I'll pull it up on that.
Yeah, I had the same question because I had never heard of it either.
So
But
here's,
pass it all the time.
yeah. So yeah, kind of in this is considered between Margaret and Holman. 19th and Fruit Ridge is considered the Brittlebank neighborhood. So the site where this mural will be is not actually in the park. So we made sure it's the neighborhood mural. It's at Muse Art. It'll be on the
really?
side of their building.
Inside of?
No, on the side. It'll be on the side. So it's right on Holman. So it is a major road, major thoroughfare. But if I drop the pin,
And that's where they wanted it to be, is that?
well, the property owners of Muse Art, they had offered up their building. I think it's this one right here,
Yeah.
and it'll be right there on the side. So they've offered up their building. What was
I
it?
now know what neighborhood that is.
Yeah.
This is a time when they drive by, I just didn't know. Well, for me, I never,
Mhm.
there's a lot of neighborhoods that I've learned about.
And so I think part of that is that the sign will say Brittlebank, so it'll create some neighborhood identity. But kind of to share how the selection process went and how the reviews went. The first thing is we got all of the applications in by July 17th. It closed right at our deadline of midnight, 11:59. So the first thing I did was I just went through everything and made sure that like they had submitted all of the correct documents, and everybody did. So then that was the only touch point really that I had where I was like really like reviewing anything, but it was just to make sure everybody had submitted all of the appropriate documents. And everyone did. So all of the applications then went to a community review group, which was Tammy Bolin, Curtis DeBon, Lakeisha Bradley, Judge Chris Newton, and Joshua Elmore. And they had to go through all 19 and took a long time. So big thank you. And there was scoring and comments for every application. And the scores were really like about whether or not that it really met what the question was asking, not whether or not that they thought the project was a good idea. We tried to have this like neutral rubric. So big thank you to our review committee. At the same time, our engineering, our city engineer, I think he had some assistance from other engineers on staff. They reviewed every proposal and gave it either a favorable with conditions, or a not favorable review, because some projects involved quite a bit of heavy construction work, and we needed to know if these were feasible, especially for the price. And so that was happening at the same time that the reviewers. Then those scores and the comments, And the engineering reviews were aggregated and given to our senior review committee, which was the mayor, his director of public works, Jesse Tohill, and then city engineer Marcus also sat in on this conversation. And the three of them made the final decisions considering the scores, the engineering review, as well as other factors such as geographic diversity, project diversity, and readiness of the actual projects. So we wanted, what I heard over and over again from the mayor was, we need to cover the entire city with this. It can't all be in one particular side of town, which we did have a lot concentrated with. There of the 19 projects, I think we counted, it was like 13 of them were within 1 mile of one another, or we're in one like square or 1 mile radius. So maybe it was, I don't know where that, yeah, there were a lot within like a small area. Yeah, I think.
I know it's not part of your report, but
no, you're good.
Some of us had to recuse ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
Many of the projects.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, so you can actually see up on the screen, this is where every project was. So we kind of had some gaps in the, people might wonder, well, why was nothing, no projects in this area? Well, because we didn't get any applications for that area, but you can see all of these within kind of 1 mile of one another. Really, yeah, that's Deming Park right there. So 2 on there, several within Poplar. But anyway, the ones that were actually awarded, I don't know if this is.
I do appreciate that map.
Which A is in the wrong place, but it should be down there. But this is, about where everyone was. So
It should be that way, that they're not all concentrated in each side,
Very good.
So, it's on Facebook if you follow the city. But the mayor was so pleased, and of course, he and Jesse and Marcus were like, well, the mayor, he's quite frugal, so I don't think he was never like, well, we should fund them all, but he was like, really was like, they've all had a really hard time, which ones? And so it came down to a lot of times geographic and then project diversity. We didn't want to fund, 7 projects that all essentially did the same thing, 7 playgrounds or 7, landscaping improvements, trying to make sure there's a diversity of projects.
So this is all good to know.
Yes,
because
yes.
as someone who lived in the
Edgewood Grove,
neighborhood where there were 2,
I know.
that I'll hear a lot of grumbling, and then I can say.
Yes, I've been emailing back and forth with one individual, and some of the applications, it's like, what we've realized was in our application workshops, we could have done a better job by having an engineer available to answer questions. Now, some of the people that applied that had these engineering challenges didn't come to a workshop, so it wasn't just that. But we want to make sure we're offering up an engineer at our workshops. And Marcus is like, yes, I want to do it. He was like, I love this project. Like, we should do more money next year, and keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully we can. This, it's so hard because, people, oh, well, we need to add, this, for example, the triangle parks, like you'd need a curb ramp to make sure that they're accessible, and like maybe I don't even know how much that would cost. And so an engineer might be able to give people better cost estimates and help them understand if their project is really feasible for a $15,000 thing. So anyway,
I think
it's
this was, in
been
particular, was the fact that we used to have.
I know, yeah.
We used to have all kinds of,
Yeah.
equipment in there, and so it probably just didn't occur to them.
Yeah.
In all these, 25 years or whatever,
Mhm.
since the equipment's been there, that things change.
it's been a real like learning process,
Yeah.
this whole, and the mayor is very committed to, having this fund again next year. Of course, the actual number for how much will be in the fund depends a little bit on budget season and what the surplus is looking like. But I think, we will have a fund again next year, and I am hopeful that people will reapply, that we'll get this, having had this, we'll have it again, and we'll have more interest in it. There's things I could have definitely done better or different. So I've learned, and maybe make the application a little bit easier, less of the same questions, maybe make the review process a little bit different. But sometimes you just don't know until you get into it and you start doing it.
And that's a lot of work
Yeah.
for you to do that.
Yeah, no, but I found it to be, and I'm like, obviously these projects aren't done yet, but I'm like, when you have like a physical thing that is like, oh, I like helped this project, like I didn't pick them obviously, but once the
But you were in the
banners
process,
go up
yeah.
in Farrington's Grove, or
Yeah.
the playground goes up at Greenwood Manor, I'm gonna be like, that was because of us.
And you can see that some projects require more money than others.
Yes, and that it's
Yeah.
based off of what they submitted. So we didn't, we didn't half fund anything. It was, if they asked for that and it could be feasibly done within that, that was how they were
Do
given.
you know who's doing the mural?
It's someone actually connected to Muse Art, Madison
Madison?
King. Yes. So the
I know
design.
Madison, so she was-
Okay. I heard, yeah. The design looks really cool. It's like got pickleball
Yeah, we
featured.
have-
Yeah.
That's really nice. But
Yeah.
across all of the applications, like there were amazing projects. Like, if I had to be the person to pick it would have been extremely hard.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated the passion within the
Mhm.
applications of how people wanted
Mhm.
to improve. For the ones that I was able to review, there were several that I was not. I had to
Mhm.
recuse myself, but to see 19 applications
Mhm.
for this project was pretty amazing, and how people are invested in their community and wanted to see change in whatever way they wanted to see change. So I'm
Mhm.
happy that the mayor is going to do this again. For me personally, I learned a lot about the communities here, meeting the people who came to the workshops that I was at, and
Yeah.
just kind of hearing history and stories about those communities. So that was helpful for me
Yeah.
as somebody who is not from
Yeah.
the community, but making the connection with people. So,
Yeah.
I wonder about the feedback, the people who purchased webinar,
Mm-hmm.
what the reactions were.
Yeah. I think it's been kind of mixed. Some, yeah.
Yeah, because you put so much effort in.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You get to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. I mean, I think one thing is that it is you always take a risk when you apply for a grant that you might not get it. And so, there was no guarantee of funding. I think that having the reviewers and then having engineering score everything as well helped the senior review committee. Just so it's like, it's pretty easy to share with people. It's like, okay, you were not chosen for this reason, and it was either, there were a few where it wasn't engineeringly feasible for the budget that you submitted, whereas other ones it was, there just wasn't yours was highly competitive, but geography came into the consideration, and yours was below another one that was within the same area.
Were they told that they could apply
Next year?
If they do sort of the
Yes.
changes that they require.
Well, yeah, next year, yeah. And again, it'll depend on how much funding we
Yes,
have and,
yes.
but again, yeah, there's kind of no guarantee ever.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think it is disappointing, you know, it's disappointing when you put in a lot of effort. But
Youth coverage is really good.
yeah, so WTW came on Friday.
They've been
And
on it lately.
And WTHI didn't come until Monday, but thankfully the mayor was in that day. So I had him share instead of me since I actually wasn't one of the selectors. I thought it would be good to have him share. And then the Tribune Star, I think, did a story too. So, yeah.
We did, from the viewer perspective of our portion of it, we highlighted strengths of every application and areas of improvement of every
Mhm.
application. So we were able to give, them feedback for those not selected, like, this is kind of what was missing, this is where you can enhance this, but these parts were like
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, it was a very, equitable and fair process in that regard. Because we all were like, these
Yeah.
projects are like really good, like some ideas that were pretty impressive that we would have never thought of, and then some ideas was like, man, this should have been done a long time ago. So it wasn't about the quality of the project.
Yeah.
But with $75,000.
Yeah.
That can get me
I know.
ate up real,
Yeah.
real quickly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough to say no to people. Are you all ready to talk about Pride Fest? So, like I said, Saturday, October 3rd from 12 to 6 at Fairbanks Park. Pride Fest, the 5th annual. Congrats to the Terre Haute Pride Center on this big milestone. And so we have been invited to be a sponsor again. I received that email from the Terre Haute Pride Center. I do want to ask a question of our advisory member, Katie. I went to your website and I tried to find the sponsorship application again, and I can no longer find it. So I don't know if it went away.
We will reopen it because we had our applications closed August 1st and then extended to the 15th, but then we're just going to open them to the end of the month because we've had some other folks who are like the therapy group, even in our crew, wasn't able to get theirs done yet. So so it will be relaunched. It'll be open. It's there. It's just probably hidden for right now.
Okay, well, that helps. So I apologize that we're late, but
No problem.
last time at our July meeting, we did talk about the Pride Fest sponsorship. And I think that there were maybe people wanted to ask you some questions. So I do want to offer that up now. If people have questions for our pal Katie. I'm so glad to hear your voice.
I'm so glad to use my brain.
Yeah.
I've been like rotting away and just watching so much like TV and doing nothing. And so I got approved to go back to work 2 days ago or yesterday. What day is it? Yeah, yesterday. So yeah, I'm glad to like be back in action a little bit before I can be released for in-person stuff. So
Yeah.
Are we talking about sponsorship?
Yep, a sponsorship.
For
Last year we did a Cheer 2 sponsorship of $3,000, and I think there were some questions just that you all had because we had tabled this until this meeting.
I don't remember the questions were.
Okay. Well,
Are they in the minutes?
oh no, well,
and
sorry.
that's probably what it was. Yeah, because some of the people who had the questions are not here.
Yes.
Well, the main questions are here.
I
But
think
so,
one of them was about the reception, because wasn't that something that was not utilized And then somebody.
That was what I noted. I think I was
That's
the only
thing that I
person.
remember.
Yeah, I was the only
discussing.
person who was able to attend. So I think the crux of the main issue was where do we go with the sponsorship dollar amount? But refresh my memory, that in the 2025 budget, was that sponsorship for 2025 or for 2026?
It was for 2025, for
Okay.
last year. We,
Okay. So that's where this had.
yeah, we,
Brain fog for a second.
you're good.
Okay. So
We-
determining
And-
sponsorship for this year within this budget.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So there were, and then I think the other one was that allyship training. So there were those two things that they said that we didn't think that we would take advantage of.
Mhm.
And if that's something that you want, or like sometimes people kind of create their own and say, oh, we can't do this one, but could we swap for something else? And so that's fine. Like we're so flexible that we can kind of do what we want. So if there are things that are better for you all, or if there are ways that we can acknowledge your sponsorship better or in a different way, that's fine. I know last year, because one of the things is we had conversations about, would we be able to put the logo in a
Yeah.
certain spot with entertainment, and so we were happy to kind of pivot and talk like what could work, what's
Mhm.
fine, what's not. And so if there are things that are best, just let me know, because this is also our first time kind of upgrading our sponsorship package. So if there are things that are more useful, less useful, let me know. The allyship training, what I can tell you about that, it's actually a virtual training, so we don't have to come coordinate and find you all at the same time to do a presentation. It's something that you can do on self-paced. There's video modules and things like that. And if it's something that you want access to, or you'd like to defer to have someone else register, all we have to do, the work on our end, is to send the email addresses for the chosen people. So if it's, whether it's people for the Human Relations Commission, or if you want maybe other people within the control of the commission of who you can maybe tap to take the training, but if they would like access to it, like big example, the mayor says, I really want to take this training, we can have him as one of those people, right? Like, so it doesn't necessarily have to be everybody there, it just is who you want to register and participate. And then for the sponsor reception, we changed the date, because I think also we got the save the dates out late last year. And it was on a Friday night. And so we changed it to be a Saturday lunchtime. I think though, hearing the dates, I don't have the calendar. I can pull up my calendar. I'm pretty sure it might be actually the same day as Family Learning Day, because we staffed it right after our September board meeting, so our board members could also be present. So the sponsor reception is tentative, right now set for Saturday, September 26th from noon to 1:30. So that might also be falling during Family Learning Day, possibly.
Mhm.
But there's other things we can do too. We'll still make sure that you have the gifts and your thanks, and I can send the presentation to AT, or I can share it at a meeting. So there's things that we can happily do to be flexible. You just tell me what you need, and any level of support is helpful, of course. I will be transparent. It's a little bit of a struggle this year because more and more organizations won't, kind of the question. It's just the state of the government and political things and all the natural stressors that we've been, not natural stressors, the stressors we've been experiencing, but anywho. So at whatever level you are able to give or like to give, we will be so appreciative. Just know that we're happy to be flexible. If there are questions on the package, we're happy to meet your needs.
It seems that that the allyship would be interesting, but if some of us are going to be at Family Learning Day that same day.
Oh, I think the allyship training can happen whenever, but the
Oh.
reception.
I missed this. So it's during that time, right?
Yeah, which I mean, that's, I think, again, to Katie's, that's something that no one is able to go to because we have we could ask for something else. But again, it's totally up to you all. Like I said, in terms of finances, we have about $10,248 to play with for the rest of the year. We gave $1,500 to Juneteenth and $1,500 to Young, Black, and Empowered because there wasn't the one Juneteenth thing this year.
Right.
So we still gave the $3,000 that we had given the previous year, but like we split it between two programs. And then I have not heard about it at the NAACP Freedom Fund dinner, if that's happening again, but we spent about $1,000 last year on that. But those are things that we have done and in the past or this year.
And I know some of the conversation was, so for the record, the conversation never occurred about not sponsoring.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
Just kind of put that out to the world, the people who don't watch the YouTube channel. But there was some conversation of a reduction specific to the reception. And the scheduling thing, I think that was a challenge also last year. Things that just are out of both groups' control of not having somebody there. I don't necessarily know what would be an alternative, and I think continued discussion, since we do have a little bit more time before we make a decision, just so that we have more voices at the table to figure out like what that could look like. If not the reception, like what can collectively we can agree upon, if you will, if we want to stick to the $3,000 sponsorship, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I think there's too few voices to kind of really make a decision today, and maybe making it in the September meeting, or I don't know what the sponsorship deadline is, what that looks like.
Yeah.
Does that put us in a,
Yeah.
Probably too close.
yeah,
And if so, because our reception is essentially, or this pre-sponsor reception is basically we will feed everyone, and then we give out our pride packs at that time, or like the thank you kit, and I give a presentation about a recap of the year, how your sponsorship impacts. I'd be happy if it's helpful to come do that briefly at the next Human Relations Commission too, if that's a quick alternative, but also we can talk about another Parker edition, absolutely.
How many people do you expect to attend?
I
To attend.
I attended it last year. I will say I did have a good time. Just meeting the other sponsors, and again, for me, it's always about connecting to people in the community and the lanes that they're in. And
I would love to participate.
there have been several people from that reception
Yeah.
that I met
Yeah.
that we have been at a lot of events together for the community. So it was helpful for me, and also to represent the commission, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
Qdoba. I love Qdoba. So
Yeah, I think I just want to add, like, all of the benefits are like very generous, and like we usually, for other things we have sponsored in the past, like we've gotten our logo on something and haven't gotten. So like thinking not just about the benefits that we get as an organization, but also thinking about the benefit that this event has to the community, I think is something that like we've used to justify other sponsorships in the past.
sure.
Yeah, Katie did say that the sponsorship deadline technically has already passed, but you're,
okay. So then we do need to make a decision.
I think that, yeah, that would be helpful to the conversation, is like, how late can we go? Sooner the better. Yeah.
Well, that chuckle lets me know.
Like ideally, if we could get things moving this week, since now I'm back from medical leave, I've got to crank out Pride Fest. So I'm going to be because I go back to work in person probably around September 1st. And so while I have the ability to work remotely during the day and just stay home and eat in the evening and work on Pride Fest and Pride Center stuff, it's helpful just from trying to get things done before September 1, because then I go back to work and then we're officially a month out from Pride Fest. And a month out from Pride Fest is when we want to have our marketing materials, flyers, everything finalized so we can start sharing the good news about Pride Fest coming up, the schedule, everything like that. So my goal is to kind of binge Pride Fest the next 2 weeks and then be hopefully as done with it as possible so we're ready to go on October.
Yeah, because our next meeting, it's the 16th, which is
Oh,
only
too late.
2 weeks before the event.
Too late. I don't necessarily also want to be the only voice.
Yes, but at the same time, I don't have experience on what happened last year for me to decide at this point, but I mean, I support it 100%, you know. So if we,
3,000.
yes, if we participated in 3,000 last year, and then it was one time 5,000, I would say, since we might have more participation, like put something in between the 5,000 and 3,000. That's what I would say that we participate with.
It's very generous.
It seems to me that if none of us particularly care about the, no.
I know.
About the reception, it's not like we're saying, oh, we really were wanting to do this because we really want to go to that reception.
Yeah.
And none of us are, we're all willing to either go or to not go. Then the things that matter most are giving to them.
Yeah.
And the recognition that we get, those are the things that really are more important to us as a group than, the reception is nice, but that's not really why we're doing it. That's what I'm trying to
The
say.
effects.
Yeah.
Effect that I'm looking for to the community.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, looking from what I'm hearing, I think that 3,500 would be reasonable. That's what I would say if you want to make decisions today. I don't know, because things are more expensive every year, and last year we spent 3,000. That's what I would, putting the logic in what's what I would say. I don't know.
I already said I support 3,000. So that's my opinion.
I'll go for that.
You have any thoughts, Jackie?
I also support
I think
3,000.
that sounds good. I think 3,000 sounds good.
I go to the
That is amazing and perfect and really truly wonderful, and I really appreciate it, and so does our team. So, I mean, of course, I know it has to be approved, but that would be such a great help to us.
Okay.
Have a motion? No, somebody got.
I'll move to do the $3,000 sponsorship.
Okay.
Second.
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor of approving the Tier 2 sponsorship for $3,000 for the Pride Fest?
Aye.
I
Any opposed?
Okay.
The motion has been moved and passed.
Okay.
Seconded and passed.
Oh, thank you all so much. I just love and appreciate you all very much.
You love the 500
Yes.
next year.
Katie, just before that we totally move on, will you reopen that for me? And
Of course,
then
yeah.
I don't know if it will produce an invoice for me, but if not, I'll need an invoice from you.
Yes, it should. Now that we have the
Great.
new platform, it should automatically
Excellent.
do it, which is awesome.
Okay. All right. Last thing for today is the strategic planning retreat. I know you've seen me send out that link multiple times. I did not hear from everyone in this room, everyone online. I didn't hear from Dana or Justin. So you'll see 6 of 7 or 5 of 7 because I only heard from 7 of the 9 of us.
Yeah, and my name is all over. because
I
I teach during those days.
I
and
know,
cannot
I know.
make it
So
during those
we
days.
just need to decide what day we're gonna do, because unfortunately there's not one day that works for everybody, and I don't know about Dana or Justin.
Did you
It's
not get mine?
you are, yeah, but you're available all
Oh,
of
I
those
see. Got it.
days.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Do
so
it on a Sunday then.
yeah, unfortunately, yeah, there's not a lot of good Sundays in there for me. So they weren't on the list. And also I know we have some, several church families in this group. So, we'll just have to, and I really want I really want Lucy to be there because, you're new this year. But I also, don't know what to do. So I'm presenting this predicament that I am in to you all. And so now,
Can we do like,
I'm familiar with this predicament.
I have an idea.
yeah, please.
Can we do like half one day and the other half on a Saturday? That way I miss half, and then someone else will miss half. It's just an idea, because if we cannot meet all at the same time,
Mhm.
that's my idea.
No,
So that way I don't miss it.
No, I
So
mean,
I
fine with
go
whatever.
to the first half.
I'm scratching my neck. That
yeah,
wasn't-
no, you're good.
I go to the
That
first
wasn't for
half,
you.
the day I can, and I go to the second half,
Mm-hmm.
the other
Yeah.
day, so I know that if you miss the first half.
Yeah.
Because most of these times were like 10 to 4.
I think we said it would be from 9 to like 4, or 8, with an 8 to 9 breakfast. Yeah, 9 to 4.
An idea.
Do it in the evening.
Well, good question, I'll take it.
What time do you get done teaching?
At 3.
Is it, what
I
about
teach
a,
from 9 to 3.
Oh, okay.
I know people don't like to do late, but what about instead of an early to an afternoon, maybe a afternoon to an evening,
Yes, and then I will miss the first part.
if that helps.
I mean, if you can go from 2 to something,
Can have
and
dinner.
then I miss the first hour, 1, 2 to 3, for example. That is a good idea.
Because I had.
Thankfully,
I
we're
had
still
the same
a long
issue.
way out from long way, October. But I'm like, if I needed to send out a third, I didn't run scheduling poll, but
Doesn't it get easier the closer
I
you
know,
get it?
I
It's
know,
harder.
I know.
Because I had the similar issue on the Tuesdays and Thursdays because I.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a lot of days, right? But any other thoughts?
Yeah, and it's possible people's calendars have filled up now on these days, but I'm just going off of what I had.
That is a good idea. To
Because
do that.
typically for strategic planning, you don't want to break it up. You want to do it
Yeah.
all in one block.
We don't have to eat.
No.
I need to eat.
For strategic planning retreats, there is food. There is food. Anything that says
Yeah, no,
retreats,
I'm like, it's quite a bit, so you'll
food
want
is
a break.
involved. We
You'll
want some
want a break.
nourishment for the body.
Yeah. Body, soul, yes.
For sure.
So I want to ask Jackie, since that was a date that Jackie and I had an issue with, October 17th, is that still an
It's
issue
okay.
for you, Jackie, or?
That would be okay for me.
I could move something around on the 17th.
To do
Are you
the-
sure?
To do the same time block that we have already, or to do what?
Whatever it was on the, I don't remember what time.
Yeah.
Well, we said 9 to 4,
Oh,
so want to do 9 to 4 on
So
17th,
On October the
17th.
17th, plus 17th.
Yeah, I'm gonna send everybody the calendar invite literally now. If we're I'm like, it's up on the screen, okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate that because I don't want to miss it. Thank you. I just can't miss class.
Oh, of course not.
Oh, yeah, I had already put it potentially on my calendar.
Oh my gosh.
17.
1, 2, 3.
Breakfast, lunch, and snacks.
Oh, no, yeah, no,
On a mission.
well, plus I'm like, I gotta get this on my calendar, and I'm
Yeah.
like, so let me send it to my one, Jackie Lauer. Sometimes I accidentally send, I don't know if anyone's ever seen this, I've accidentally sent our invites to Jackie Bradfield because she pops up as Jackie and Jackie Lauer pops up as Jacqueline. So sometimes I get it wrong, but it's right. You're getting it. Okay. So I apologize if you've ever been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm forgetting. We got Lucy and then Katie and Justin. I don't know. Okay. Location TBD. I'm going to ask the History Center if they're available, but if not, save the date. Strategic planning. Details coming soon.
I know. Wow. Urgency in the fingers.
I know. Well, I'm
just like lit up.
yeah, no, I'm gotta send it to myself too.
Hilarious.
I have family coming over, but they have to be on their own because I don't want to miss it.
Okay, great. We're okay.
Which is the only two that did respond was Justin and Dana. Right?
Yeah, but they have it now in their inbox. Which if they, yeah, I don't know. That'll be on them. October 17th. Great.
Because the majority people.
Yeah, I sent it to Dane. Oh, she already declined it. Oops. Okay.
Already?
Yeah, she just must have seen it. Dana, but it's declined because I am out of office. Well, maybe an automatic. Yeah. So, well, I'll follow up with
Oh,
her.
and out of office.
I was like, that was really
I
fast.
was like, yeah.
It's their lunch and breakfast.
I will coordinate those details this week. But no, probably not. Not this week or next week, but I will get it coordinated. I'll request dietary restrictions. It'll be something we'll get either we can go, I mean, if we have it at the History Center, we could walk somewhere and have lunch, or we could, but that's always kind of a challenge. It's nice to,
Distracting.
yeah.
It takes a lot of time away.
when you have a big group, I know, yeah. I have seen, yeah. One time I went to somewhere for lunch and it was like a dental office. They had pre-ordered and like they all came in and their meals were already there. And I was like, wow, that's the way to do it. Anyway, that's all I got on that front. I will get more details out to you. That's all we got on the agenda. Or from me.
It's a wonderful idea.
Always.
And they just come. They don't. But I'm always mindful of, that's why I said I don't want to be the.
Thank you so
only voice in the
much
room,
for,
Because a lot of times people will defer, and I want it to be us as a collective.
is it wrong?
I have one question. So what happens if there's like 3 of us? who
Yes.
opt in, are we done?
No.
Or what
I want to.
So you
Oh, that was my question.
are, that's a good question. So, you're allowed to serve 2 consecutive terms, and then there's no thing about like how long it, like you have to take a break for, but it just says that you can only serve 2 consecutive terms. So you'll be up to be reappointed by the council. Now, I will ask the council if they're going to do where they do an open application again, or if I think that that's probably how they will do it. That's how they did it when Sandy like reapplied. And so they do, like, they'll ask me like you know, what do you think? And I like had shared, you know, Sandy's a participatory member, like you know, she's interested in serving again. I would recommend that like she stay on, so I would do the same. But you, Dana is a mayor appointee, so the mayor just he doesn't do like an open application. And then Lakeisha, I think, I don't know, because you didn't serve a full term, I don't know if then if you will you could do 6 more years, or I don't know, we'll have to cross that bridge maybe later. But I actually have this on my kind of future department head meeting conversations with the mayor of like, you need to make sure you reappoint, or if you did not want to do it, just let us know.
Oh, no,
If- but-
that was my question too.
Yeah.
Like, what the process is.
Mhm.
Do I just fade into the wind?
No. And you're here. No.
But I'd be happy to continue.
Yeah,
serving.
I don't know. Yours was just weird because they like waited so long because they changed the rules.
Oh,
So if you did want to serve another, we could ask that question too, if you want to serve 6 more years.
The caveat, we could
Since it wasn't a
officially
full
close the meeting?
Yeah, we can.
'Cause I don't want the conversation to-
But that was, yeah, any other statements from commissioners or anything?
Wait, say that again?
Did you all have any more statements?
No.
Okay, adjourn.
I move that we adjourn the meeting, 6:39.
I second it.
Well, I have to second it, hold on.
Oh, Jackie has to second it. All right, any opposed?
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Okay,
Motion has been
bye-bye.
moved, seconded, passed, yeah.
At 6:30.